Good morning. So I'm going to make these keto peanut butter cookies that my friend Tammy from Keto Chaos told me about. I will put a link to the recipe in the description. So I've never made these before, so hopefully this turns out well, but I thought I would go ahead and video it while I make it. I decided that I never make myself little fun things because by the time I actually want something like that, I get tired and am not in the mood to make anything. So I'm going to make these this morning, and I'll probably have a couple today. Yesterday I posted on Instagram shrimp Alfredo over cabbage, shredded cabbage. That ended up being the only meal I ate the entire day, and I didn't even finish the whole thing. It was my husband and my official 25th anniversary, so I wanted something a little special, so I went with that indulgent meal, but it actually ended up being the only meal I had that day. So this morning so far for breakfast I've just had some bacon. I probably will make a little something else. I'm not sure what it'll be, but if I do I'll report in some form either on Instagram or via a video later. But now we're going to get down to making these peanut butter cookies. So you need a cup of natural peanut butter. Make sure it's peanut butter that's just salt and peanuts. I like to use the Costco brand. It's organic and it's just really tasty. And all it has is peanut butter. Not peanut butter, peanuts and salt. Haha. It turns into peanut butter. There you go. So this morning we sent off one of our sons to Scout Camp. He's a leader this year, so he went a little bit early because this is his last year. He's going to be 18 in a couple of months, so this will be his last time. So he got to be a youth leader for that. And then my other son is about ready to leave. So we'll be with our two big boys, which will be sad for us. They're fun to be around and also very helpful. And then the rest of us are going to go to, we're going to go swimming really soon. And that's why I look like this, like I always say, because I never get ready on days we're swimming. There's no point. And then later on today we have our speech and writing class. It'll be our last one for the summer, so I'll probably video that too for our homeschool friends and the grandparents. So now you need a half a cup of some kind of sweetener. I'm using this. I've never used this before. I'm trying it, so this is what I'm doing. So you need a half cup of this. Whoops. And my lovely daughter Claire is kind enough to video this for me so that I don't look like an awkward person trying to video it while I'm doing it. So then you need an egg. Make sure that's right. Yep, an egg. So this seems very simple, and my friend Tammy said they're really good. She does the higher protein, moderate fat, and low carb meal or plan. So for her, this was a recipe that she felt was really indulgent with all the extra fat. So me being more, I do the traditional low protein, actually moderate protein, low carb, high fat. So these are probably a little easier for someone who does that kind of keto. But anyone can fit these into their macros. So I can't remember exactly, but I think it's like 4 carbs, total carbs per cookie, and like 108 calories, and let me see the fat. And fat is 9.2. Total carbs is 4.7 grams. And then, of course, the 108 calories. That's one for one cookie. So I think they're a pretty special treat for anyone on keto. But if you just are having a craving, like I just need cookies, or I kind of want something peanut buttery-ish, these will probably be good. I've never tried them, so I'm hoping they're as good as Tammy says. A lot of keto people won't eat peanuts at all. At least the ones who are on my reversing diabetes group, because they're, I guess they can spike sugar. I have never seen for myself that eating peanuts or peanut butter have spiked my sugar. So I do eat peanut butter, and I do sometimes have peanuts, just not very often. Um, but they haven't affected me, and I think that's the important part. If you're doing keto for blood sugar, to keep your blood sugars down, you need to test yourself a lot so that you know which things spike your blood and which things don't. Some people, protein does. For me, if I eat too much protein, it does seem to spike my sugar a little bit. But and also like artificial sweeteners will spike some people's blood sugars. They sometimes they do mine. It depends on how much I have. But sorry, Claire, I just need to get in here real quick. So if you're doing keto for diabetes, just test. Always be careful to make sure that you're not eating things that spike your blood, whether they're supposedly keto friendly or not. So I have parchment paper on this. The lady who does the recipe uses a silicone mat. I don't have one, so I'm hoping this will work. And then she just takes like a little scoop like this, and I guess maybe the macros will kind of depend on how big you make yours. And then she just puts them in a ball like this, and they actually have the same texture of a real peanut butter cookie so far, which kind of surprises me, without the flour. And then you just do the criss-cross pattern, and just do it until they're done. And then you bake them at 350 for, oh, she says to do 1-inch balls. Let's see. We're going to bake them 12 to 15 minutes, and then you let them cool down for about 5 minutes before removing them from the tray. So I'm going to go ahead and make all these up and cook them, and then I'll show you the final product. So if you want to pause it, Claire. Is it going?
Yeah.
So as you see, I'm making some progress on the cookies. They're so cute. I was thinking about how I was talking about artificial sweeteners not really spiking my blood too much. I think it's because I hardly ever have artificial sweeteners. I will have like the Powerade Zero and the stevia drops. So I haven't really seen anything dramatic from those. I have never had this stuff before, and I've never baked with this stuff before. So it'll be interesting to see if these cookies with my especially with the peanut butter, between the peanut butter and this artificial sweetener, if they raise my blood sugar at all. So I will definitely be testing today to see how these affect me. But yeah, anyway, that's the progress I've made so far, and we'll see you again in a little bit. So here's the thing. I made a whole tray. So I'm going to stick these in the oven. I'll probably do them just for 12 to start, to see, and then check them and see if they seem done, and then if not, I'll give them a little bit more time, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're at 12 minutes. So I'm just gonna peek at these guys. I think they look pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and cook them for a few more minutes because I touched them and they were a little on the soft side. So we'll do 2 more minutes and see. So Ezra's off. We live really close to our church, so he's just going to walk down there. Love ya. Be careful. Have fun. Yeah, let's hug. All right, have fun, bud. Okay. And I believe the cookies just chimed, so let's check on them. Yeah, that feels a little bit firmer. Maybe 1 more minute. So based on my oven, we're doing the 15-minute thing. So 12 minutes was not good enough. So I'll do 1 more minute, and then I'll take them out and let them sit for 5 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to take these out. Claire, will you pop that closed for me once I get this up? Thank you. And here they are. So we'll go ahead and set the timer for 5 minutes just so that we know that they've sat for the right amount of time. But look at them, they're so pretty. They look like real peanut butter cookies, as in flour peanut butter cookies. Good. Okay. So, yeah, not right now, bud. Okay. So, not right now while I'm working on it. Yeah, and also I'm trying to finish up this video, sweetie. So here we go. They're finished. I'll put a couple of them on a plate, and my daughter says I have to try them in front of everybody too, so I'll just put 4 of them on a plate. They still feel a little, they're still pretty warm. I think they need to completely cool. Maybe I'm going to put them on a cooling rack real quick. So we'll do that. No, you can still video this part. I'm just going to put these on a cooling rack because they are really warm and soft, and I want them to kind of crisp up. So, but I will try one so you can see what I think of them. The parchment paper worked just fine. See, they're not sticking at all. It might have been even worked on a plain cookie sheet, who knows. So get to it one time. These probably will stay in the freezer well, is my guess. Which, so obviously, I'm not going to eat all of these. It's going to take me a while to eat them all. So I would try putting them in the freezer. But these are still actually pretty soft. Maybe we'll let these ones cool and come back and try them in a minute. So we'll go ahead and pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and try one of these. They're still a little warm and kind of soft. Interesting. If you think that they're going to be just like a peanut butter cookie, they are not. But they're tasty. Tasty little peanut butter balls or something. A little sugary for me. I think if I made these again, I would do less of the stevia, granulated stevia. But a good treat, especially if you have a sweet tooth. I will probably stick mine in the freezer, and this is probably the only one I'll have today. I'll stick them in the freezer for those times when I'm just craving something. And probably once I have them in the freezer, I'll take them out and let them sit on the counter for a few minutes to defrost before I eat them. I can give an update the next time I do it. But anyway, give them a try, especially if you love peanut butter cookies. And they probably taste a little better once they're totally all the way cool. This is still kind of warm and mushy, so that's not my favorite way for a cookie to be. I kind of like it to be a little crispy. So anyway, yeah, give them a try. It's kind of growing on me a little bit, so